Hello, my loves. I'm Ashley Rose, astrologer, human design reader, and divine feminine energy mentor. And I wanted to hop on today to tell you about the top 3 things to know about this week's full moon, new moon in Leo. So, there are 3 major things that we're going to talk about today with this Leo new moon. One, we are going to be talking about the major themes of Leo and some of these themes and energetics that you can use to your advantage under this energy. Then we're going to talk about the Venus retrograde, which is still happening, still occurring. You might have been hearing all about it on YouTube and Instagram, and we'll talk about what that means for your life. And then we're also going to talk about the Uranus square that's happening between the sun and moon and Uranus today and how you can best utilize these energies. So let's hop in. So number one thing to know about this Leo new moon today. There are a few themes. When you think about Leo, it's play, creativity, joy, pleasure. Leo is a sign that is all about the heart chakra. It's all about making heart-centered decisions in your life. That's all about the inner child, following your dreams, being full of joy and playfulness. And so what this new moon in Leo is really putting a spotlight on is, where can you bring more joy or more creativity to your life? For all of us, whether it's with our careers, with our relationships, with our friendships, with our hobbies, there's somewhere where we are likely feeling the urge under all this Leo energy to tap into even deeper creativity and deeper authenticity. And this new moon in Leo is putting a spotlight onto that. And I will actually put some journal prompts down below that you can use either today or later this week, because really the new moon energy is good either 3 days before or 3 days after, that you can think about as far as these Leo themes. And some of these journal prompts are, how can I connect more to my inner child over the next 28 days, over this next moon cycle? Again, Leo is a very childlike energy. If you think about what you loved to do as a child before you were worried about making money or impressing people or being a part of society, what lit you up from the inside out? And how can you bring more of that inner child spark to your life now? That's the first question. Another journal prompt: how can I find more joy and pleasure in my life over the next 28 days? Again, Leo is a sign that really emphasizes joy and pleasure in life. And actually, in honor of Leo season, I have a course, actually a free masterclass called Astrology and Pleasure. I'll put again information down below, a free webinar that's happening at the end of August. And we are going to talk all about how you can use astrology, particularly your Venus sign, to bring more joy and ease and pleasure and flow to your life. And that is perfect Leo season material. How can you bring more joy and pleasure in your life? The Leo part of you, whatever that is, we all have a Leo somewhere in our chart. Even if that's not our sun sign, we're being asked to see where we can enhance the joy and pleasure in our lives right now. Another question to ask yourself as a journal prompt: how can I foster my creativity? Leo is the sign, I always like to talk about it. Leo is the archetype of the Broadway star. You know, you think about someone that's under the Broadway lights, on the red carpet, spotlights on them. The Leo archetype wants to be seen, wants to be heard, wants to be applauded, wants to be appreciated. And it's because of that creativity that Leo brings. Leo creates, Leo performs, Leo shows up. Where in your life can you increase your own creative spark? That's a great question. And then another journal prompt is, in what ways can I channel my inner queen? Leo the lion is also the sign of royalty. Many even famous monarchs throughout history have had really prominent Leo placements. Leo is a sign of the king or the queen. Are you doing a great job of channeling your inner king or queen in your life right now? Or are you perhaps leaning more into the inner critic or inner criticism? And where can you more channel that royalty, that sovereignty, that authenticity in your life? Are there conversations that you need to have with yourself, or reflections about work, or how much you're being paid, or how you're spending your time, what you're doing? Are there conversations you need to have with dear friends about how you're being treated, or a lover? You know, the list can go on. But Leo, this Leo season really wants us to channel our inner monarch, our inner king or queen, or otherwise. And where in your life can you lean more into that? And then finally, because this is something we talk about a lot on this channel, where can you find the courage to be your authentic self? Leo, again, that heart-based sign is all about courage. Even the Latin for courage comes from cur, which is heart in French. So the heart and courage are very much so linked. Where can you have more courage in your life to be your authentic self? Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you scared to be in the spotlight? Where are you dimming down your spark or your voice or your creative life force energy? And where can you take just a small step closer to expressing and being courageous and putting your authentic self out there? Okay. Now, number 2 thing to know about this new moon in Leo. Venus retrograde in Leo is going on while the sun and moon are in Leo today. And you might have already heard other astrologers or other people on YouTube or Instagram talking about this. Typically, Venus stays in one sign for about 4 weeks. But this year, in 2023, Venus is staying in the sign of Leo for 4 months. That's right. Literally a quarter of the year, more than that, is going to be under this Venus and Leo influence, a third of the year. And the reason why is because Venus is going retrograde in Leo, meaning that to our human eye, it looks like Venus is going backwards in the sky. So she's staying in the sign, the constellation of Leo, even longer. And right now, we're under the influence of Venus retrograde in Leo. That's happening from July 22nd to October 4th. So as I'm filming this in August under the Leo new moon, Venus is currently retrograde. We've just hit the halfway point. Now, what does Venus oversee in our lives? Issues and concepts of love, money, romance, beauty, relationships, finances. Perhaps because Venus is retrograde right now, you're likely going through changes or reflections or maybe even disruptions in one of these areas of your life. Perhaps you have a relationship or a friendship that's going through some changes. Perhaps your idea of money, how you make money, how you manage your finances is going through some changes. Maybe the way that you look at romance or beauty, or even the own way that you present yourself to the world is going through some changes. Whenever we have a planet going retrograde, that's a period for reflection, reevaluation, all those RE words. So this is a big deal with Venus going retrograde in the sign of Leo for 4 months this year. Use this time proactively to be reflective and see how you can channel this energy into your highest possible outcome between now and October 4th. This also means that if you are facing difficulties in these areas, if you're facing difficulties in a relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, with work, with money, with your self-concept, your self-worth, which is another Venus thing, how you view your own value. Try to see if you can find ways to alchemize this energy instead of feeling drowned in this retrograde energy, which is very inward and very reflective. See how you can alchemize wherever you're feeling bad or not good enough or not worthy or not where you thought you'd be or not on the right path. How can you look at yourself bravely in the face, acknowledge and accept where you are right now, and then make a plan for moving forward that makes you feel more courageous, more empowered, more authentic? How can you move yourself out of these current emotions if that's what you're feeling? On the other hand, if this Venus retrograde has you feeling joyful and juicy and pleasurable and magnetic, Good for you. I am so happy that that is your Venus in retrograde experience. And again, if you are interested in knowing more about how to use your own personal astrology and your own personal Venus sign to increase the joy and pleasure in your life, go ahead, look at the link below and sign up for my free masterclass that's occurring at the end of August under all this juicy Venus and Leo retrograde energy. It's a perfect timing for that. And then finally, the third thing that you should know about this new moon in Leo today. This new moon is square Uranus. Both the moon and the sun actually are square Uranus today, because a new moon is when the sun and moon are at the exact same degree. So both the sun and the moon are in Leo, squaring Uranus and Taurus. What can this mean for you? First of all, Uranus is a planet of disruption and unexpected surprises. So this week, today, the next few days, you could be experiencing some disruptions to your plans. Maybe things aren't quite going to schedule. I've already been talking with friends and colleagues and things like that. And it's already happening. It's happening in my schedule too. Things are coming up that I wasn't expecting. Things are having to be moved around. That's very Uranian energy, very Uranus square energy. You also might be experiencing some surprises or new experiences that you weren't expecting to have. Maybe a friend calls you unexpectedly out of the blue and you go out and you weren't expecting to do that. Maybe you get a surprising communication or an email, or you learn some surprising new information. Anything could be happening right now under this Uranus square. Also, your own energy. You might be feeling restless. Uranus can give us a bit of an edgy, anxious, restless type of feeling. Or you might just be tired, exhausted. I've been talking with clients and other people that are just feeling really tired under this new moon energy. And that's okay. Take that time, listen to your body, take that rest if that's what your body's asking for and what you feel is needed. Or Uranus is also a planet of surprising downloads. So you might be getting last minute, seemingly out of nowhere revelations or insights, or maybe even solutions to problems or questions that you've had in your mind for a while. So over these next few days, really do take that time to journal, to meditate, take quiet time, spend time alone, engaging in your spiritual practice if you have one, and see what revelatory insights you might be gaining because of this Uranus influence. You might be getting ideas of how to change up something in your life that you've been wanting to change it for a while. Uranus is all about changes. It's not about keeping things the same. It's about newness. So maybe you wanted to be engaging in a new workout routine for a while, and now you get the idea of how you want to do it. Or you're going to start eating foods differently or anything like that. This is the time that you might have some of these amazing downloads or insights because of that Uranus influence. Either way, guaranteed, likely over the next few days, you're going to be experiencing a change of pace, some kind of new excitement, a new download, a new revelation. Okay, everybody, that's all I have for you today about the new moon in Leo. I hope this was insightful. Love you all so much. Again, if you're interested in that astrology and pleasure free masterclass, check that out below. And also, if you're just interested in insights about how to know more about astrology and how to learn more about how the stars work and the planets and the energy, also consider joining my monthly lunar membership, the Bloom Collective. We meet on the full moon every single month. We talk about the monthly energies. We talk about how to manifest from the feminine with these energies. So instead of that masculine hustle life, we manifest with grace, ease, and flow. We meet under the light of the full moon, just like our ancestors did for thousands of years before us. It's so much fun. It's an amazing community of women, and you are definitely invited to check us out. So again, I'll put all the information below. I love you. Goodbye.